It's a bright, cool evening after earlier rain. A fine-looking pitch, good conditions for football to reclaim the headlines from the lunatic fringe and those who seek to publicise them. The traditional lineup with the shirts, albeit a rather larger version of both clubs on the pitch. Silvinho, a couple of Brazilians in the opposition side too, and the music is from Star Wars. Thierry Henry, only too short of Ian Wright's record, 12 consecutive games scoring. David Seaman has seen it all before. The officials tonight come from Spain. Popescu, we remembered at Tottenham, albeit briefly, but he did once score against Arsenal. Nadio Tafarel, there's little Hadji, and Hakan Şükür. And you would have noticed that there were a number of mascots standing in front of the team of the opposite colour. Nice touch. Bülent, the captain of Galatasaray. The usual penance to the fore. And that's the Galatasaray lineup. 7 Turkish, 2 Brazilians, 2 Romanians, 7 players likely to be seen at Euro 2000. Emre sent off at Ellen Road, very unluckily, as was Harry Kewell, and it's Suat who comes into his place in midfield. Capone and Tafarel are the Brazilians, Popescu and Hadji are the Romanians. The expected Arsenal lineup: Lee Dixon recovering from a groin strain. Adams, only his 10th appearance in the last 26, they've been guarding him well. Bergkamp, looking to win the UEFA Cup with a 3rd different club, makes his 50th European appearance. Overmars makes his 60th. Substitutes, the likely ones there. If they want another forward, Marcio, the defender Hakan Ünsal, and John Lukic, who hasn't played for over 3 years for Arsenal, is the number 2 goalkeeper. Manningo with a hand injury, but otherwise the expected players on the bench for Arsenal, and we're likely to see Kanu at some stage, I would have thought. Check on a little bit of bandage around Martin Keown's hand by the referee. Antonio Jesus Lopez Nieto, who refereed the UEFA final 3 years ago. 2nd time in 3 years is surprising, really. The 2 goalkeepers, both hugely experienced, both full internationals. Tafarel in 3 World Cups, David Seaman all set for another major championship in the summer. Experience at European level. But this fellow will still a deal more to offer. Dennis Bergkamp. It's the 29th UEFA Cup final, 13 previously under the title of Intercity Fairs Cup. Capacity crowd for the match is 38,000. The main Arsenal contingent are to our right. Keown with the first clearance, didn't get too far. And the first offside decision, by some distance, is against Thierry Henry, and here are the first words from Trevor Brooking.
Well, is Henry, his pace must be a worry, I'm sure, for Galatasaray, particularly Georgi Popescu is an outstanding reader of the game, sweeper on the ball at this moment, but he's not the quickest, and certainly if Henry can isolate him 1 against 1, he'll cause him, I think, a lot of problems with his pace.
Good challenge by Capone on Overmars. did a side without making real contact on the player, which was some achievement. Won the ball cleanly. Manu Petit, Patrick Vieira, who blocked the door in the middle. Hadji. Vieira, holding on a touch too long. Hadji getting a second chance. Savinho showing Vieira how to get rid of the ball. Adams in a little bit of trouble in the first aerial contest with Akan Sukur.
Yeah, just from formation point of view, Arsenal very much the 4-4-2 expected, and Galatasaray play four at the back, three in the middle really. They play Can, Suat and Umit, and then really Hadji can wander around wherever he likes behind Sukur and Arif. I've been impressed with 2 games against Chelsea, although he had to go off in the game at Stamford Bridge. Certainly he's worth keeping an eye on as well up front.
There's Umit. The free kick against Lee Dixon. Not too much doubt about it. For the record, during the Champions League and the UEFA Cup, Galatasaray had 29 yellow cards and 2 red. Arsenal won that competition by 1. They had 30 yellow cards and 2 red. Kansuko makes the first run, doesn't reach him. Vieira was on guard. It's Ray Parlour, one of 4 members of the Arsenal side in Kevin Keegan's 28. The 3 others were... Oh! Deflection from the shot from Arif. The other 3 were trying to guard and prevent what in fact happened. Keown Adams and David Seaman. But it came off Keown.
Tony Adams just caught in a bit too minds. Headed clearance didn't get that much distance. Arif hit it well enough, and fortunately, although it hit Keown, it didn't end up in the back of the net.
Hit long, headed back well by Popescu. Bright opening by Galatasaray, whose performances away from home in both the Champions League and in the UEFA competition have been very impressive. Been prepared to give it a go, and it's been very successful for them.
I must agree with the lads in the studio, they're better going forward than defending, and so they've got to play to their own strengths.
Really, only Chelsea turned them over in the Champions League, beating them at Stamford Bridge, and then 5-0 in Istanbul. They drew and won away with Hertha Berlin and shared the points with AC Milan. They eventually beat Milan to qualify for the UEFA Cup, 3-2 at home. Ergun. That's no danger. Galatasaray, incidentally, already winners of the championship, the 14th time they've done that, and the 4th in succession. And they also won the cup, second recent double, so they're on a sort of hat-trick achieved at the very highest level by Manchester United 12 months ago. Given the present of it, and uses it well.
It was the right decision. Ray Parlour looking for the free kick, said he was clipped from behind, but I think the ball was well away from him and he went down hoping to get one.
Galatasaray leaving another look at the incident, confirming what Trevor said. the one-up. A little bit of trouble at the back. Doesn't count as a back pass, but it was somewhat fortunate and not exactly quality. Adams. The best of play by Silvino, and the free kick is given for the challenge on Okan.
Well, there's a mistake by Silvino, but there's no way. Look, he's going to go off for a throw-in. No one near him. He trips up himself, and somehow or other he's managed to get the free kick.
The referee was right behind and probably didn't see the gap between Turkish foot and Brazilian foot. It's a good curler, but too close to the goalkeeper. Shootout so far very much the sitting player. It's Bülent in the midfield for Galatasaray, wearing number 8. Bülent, the captain. The battle to get his place back. It's not a first choice during the Champions League campaign. Vieira brought down. Haji. Activist by Okan, I beg his pardon. Overmars. Bergkamp. First threat. Almost got through between the two bookends.
Very unlucky. Look, it just gets tapped under his feet. Looks as if he's got away, and it just clipped his left foot, and he just lost control of it.
Overmars to take the corner. A rather disappointing one. Didn't find the nearest man, who was Parler. They've got away with that, Arsenal. They've used it well. Henry, inside him is Overmars. Parler at the back of the box. Well, Henry seemed to look up, but he didn't see straight. That's a foul by Dixon, according to the referee. It's nothing like a serious. This is being made to look, and I hope the referee will stamp on this immediately, which he does. He tells Umit to get up. Want to go to the theatre? There are 2 or 3 excellent ones downtown.
He knocks it by him, he's gone past it, just clipped his heel, and I mean, he's rolled around out. Fortunately, the referee pounced on it. Lee Dixon actually did very well in the previous attack, because Galatasaray stormed out looking to play the offside, and he held the up play well, and they got Henry down through on the left, but in fact they couldn't get the numbers in the penalty area to make the most of it. But Arsenal beginning now to come back into it after an early flurry from Galatasaray.
Experienced Arsenal players at the back don't seem to have really settled down together yet. It's Umit with the headband. Almost lost in the dark box. Vieira. Not clean, but fell very kindly. Overmars. Henry thinks about the diagonal run, holds his ground. Bergkamp is coming up in support. Parler is on the far side, and it's cut out by Gica Popescu.
That was a great counter-attack, wasn't it? You mentioned the pace of Henry. Don't underestimate this fella either. Certainly, he'd be encouraged to see Capone dive in there, completely sold himself.
Same positioning at the corner, which Overmars will hope to do rather better with. Wasn't a flick on. Oof. Another bad attempt on the turn with no room for manoeuvre by a man who can't stop scoring goals. But not successful that time. Henry.
I think it was a foot up with Vieira, actually, as it comes in at the near post to see the foot up. The referee blows straight away, although it dropped for Henry. He didn't have to matter about missing the target.
Popescu felt the foot up. Sweat was sleeping. Haji. Oh, lovely spin turn. Referee played a good advantage.
Yeah, Haji's seeming taking up position on this right-hand side. So Vino's done very well. It's taken over from left back Nigel Winterburn. Gets forward very well, and perhaps Galatasaray, I just think sometimes when he's going forward to support Overmars, Haji might pick up some space.
Bülent really sold himself then, but got away with it. Tafarel still with a bit of distance to make up, but he's back now. Ergun's tackle on Pala. Free kick.
Well, that's the classic tackle from behind through the man, surely. He got contact with the ball, but went through Pala's left calf to get there.
Adams. Arsenal with 4 forward. Pala on the right side with Ergun. Umit. Arif, keeper shouts Tony Adams. It's a good clearance. Only to Stewart. Vieira. Good batting in the midfield, and he was held. And the referee is showing the yellow card to Okan. That's where ankle was trapped between 2 ankles. And pretty uncomfortable for Patrick Vieira. And the referee making himself very clear indeed.
I think Okan had gone in 2 or 3 occasions just before, so I think it was a culmination rather than anything else. Vieira strong as anything. As you can see, no need really, although I think Vieira emphasised it. The yellow card, probably the referee decided, let's call a halt to any rashness.
Yeah, to take. Bergkamp right, Henry left. Forward positions. Overmars. Over the top. Towards the end of the 14th minute, and the score. That's a foul by Hakan Şükür. Stupid challenge. Tony Adams certainly has not settled down yet. It's not the Adams we've come to know and love. Savinho loses out to Haji. The problems have been on this side. I think that's obstruction, and so more important it is the referee. Petit stood big, and Haji couldn't get round him. And this is a nice little range for Haji. Oh, the left round the wall. So not putting anybody back on the line. At the moment, they've only got a 2-man wall. Surely will be more in it than that. It becomes 3, and then the gap to Pala. So it's a change, and that's a good strike by Arif.
That was well worked, wasn't it? Just a little bit too far out, I thought, for Haji. Knocked it square. Arif keeping it down well. Sometimes coming through bodies could have been difficult. Fortunately for David Seaman, straight at him, kept his eye on it.
Oh, all the way across. And it's a goal kick. And I have to ask you, Sheva, what do you mean too far out from Haji? You saw the game against Colombia.
He's getting on a bit now. I thought it's touched Vieira, did it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that did touch it. Just took it away there from the forward. So just as well they got away with that.
Nobody knew much about it, that's for certain. Keown. And by Arif, who's lit the pick at the moment for Galatasaray. Wenger and Pat Rice, and Jerry Lewin, side by side as ever. Here's Hadji. Two in the middle. It took too long. That's well won by Bergkamp. Over Mars, Parler. Tafarel to meet and claim well. Ergun. Poor play by Ergun. Parler. And the referee looks as though he's going for the yellow card again, and he shows it to Bülent.
I don't think you can quibble with that. Parler saw him coming and thought, let's try and get out of the way, just toe-ended it. Definitely lifted his leg to make sure he brought him down. Put into trouble Bülent, wasn't he, really, by Ergun sort of bringing it out. Great tackle from Vieira.
Vieira now 1 of 3 on the near side as we look. Bergkamp. Goal kick. Well, the assistant referee indicated goal kick. But the ball, in fact, didn't cross the line. Lee Dixon. Keown. Umit. Hadji. Good pressure by Savinho. Still good pressure by the Brazilian. And Thierry Henry was running for the end of that. But the captain got his head in the way. Very important interception.
Great touch. Actually could have taken it on himself. I thought Bülent did very well. Knew that Henry was coming in behind him and backtracked.
Just scored his first goal. Good flick away. And the free kick is given. A little push. Savinho scoring against Sheffield Wednesday. And he's a fine sight coming forward. Push by Adams wasn't really quite there. Excellent climb by Martin Keown. Capone. Good sticking by Overmars. Tafarel, Brazil's goalkeeper in 3 World Cups. And distinguishing himself in 2, particularly in '94 when he made the crucial penalty save to end Brazil's 24 years in the wilderness. Bülent. Hadji remaining deep as he was then. Now just ahead of his fellow countryman. It's played simple. Bülent. Spinning away. Poised defending by Popescu. Hadji. Leaf on the right side. Useful ball. This is Ergin. Good header by Hakan Sukur. But a poor cross.
Yeah, did well Sukur, and he knew Ergin was coming up, and he just peeled away towards the far post, and as Ergin looked down, he checked and came back in the near, and that's where the wavelength disappeared.
Three around Thierry Henry. Arsenal ball. And Parler gets away, but the ball beats him.
Just seeing the ball skid off the surface. A lovely sunny day earlier in Copenhagen, then had a drop of rain. I mean, conditions are perfect. You know, a bit of moisture on the top of a very even surface, so it should be suited to both sides.
Groundsman, incidentally, is an Englishman, one Chris Haig, born in Preston and was pinched from Wembley. Down here. Okan. Not comfortably away. Fell kindly again for Arsenal. Henry. Dixon. Henry. That's a good return ball from Dixon. Overmars. Plenty back. Just 3 up. Arif. Okan. Hakan Sukur makes the forward run, but Okan didn't manage to keep in control of play. And Okan making a meal of that. And the referee, for a moment, to the horror of Arsenal supporters, bringing out a red card for Vieira. But in the end, it was a yellow he was shown. Oh, there were stabs all over the place there.
Yeah, once on this surface you're sliding in and you've not timed it perfectly, nowhere near the ball. I think that's definitely a yellow card. I'm sure he missed a beat because the referee showed him the red, put his hands up to apologise, and then got the yellow out just for a couple of seconds. He thought, oh no.
So 3 yellow cards, but no goals. Haji on the ball. Capone is pushed forward to the right. This is Haji. This is still Haji. Forced wide by that challenge. Oh, it's worked for him, Haji! But not the shot. Would have been one to remember. And not inconsiderable catalogue of spectacular goals.
He's frustrated because he actually sat up for him superbly. Tried the little back heel as the pass. Got the deflection, and on his left foot, just waiting for it to come down. That, I thought, was going to be on target, and to miss it by that much with his ability with that left foot, he knows how annoyed he is.
Adams not too impressed with the pass he was given. They really are not together, those two, are they?
Well, I think also you've got to, surprised me a bit, they've got to touch it, work very hard at closing down the space. Sometimes when I've seen them, particularly against Chelsea, actually, they sort of almost let the opposition have it in their half, whereas this evening they're actually pushing up on Arsenal, not giving them space and hurrying the likes of Martin Keown and Tony Adams into, as you say, squandering possession.
Only 32 games Adams has played this season after a double hernia operation. Looked after him well for England's benefit. Here's Arif. A little unfortunate. It was a good attempt. More off the shin than off the instep. Sometimes we can accuse officials of not concentrating. The assistant referee was certainly concentrating there. Never British officials, of course. Eyes on the ball here. But Armand first. Free kick given against Henry. Okan. Did well. Arif. Early for Hakan Sukur. Did well in an attempt to improvise after slipping. But he found a good place. Got in between central defenders here, across the face of one. Dixon was a spectator. Good try, Trevor.
Yeah, Arif just found a bit of space on this right behind Silvino, staying tight to Sukur, but he's got a lot of errands work. But yeah, certainly Galatasaray at the moment, competing well with Arsenal.
Arif. No foul. Okan. And Sukur. Free forward. Vieira's head. Bergkamp. The rest of passes. T doing something at least with it. That's well played. And then a slight indecision as to whether Umit was going to be involved or not. Hadji it was, in case you didn't know.
Great little nutmeg through the legs with Patrick Vieira. I don't know if Hadji went through the legs as well. We got the other side very quick.
Offside given against Hakan Sukur. Top scorer in Turkey in 4 of the last 5 seasons. Missed out in '96 when he had a brief spell in Italy with Torino, where he was never able to settle down. There have been rumours about his departure, and indeed 1 or 2 of the other players for Galatasaray. Corner. In fact, the referee overruling and saying goal kick.
There's a little nutmeg, and then Patrick Vieira will be thinking about that one later. But Hadji's done enough, I think, in the opening half an hour to certainly remind a few of the England players, no doubt, watching that, and Kevin Keegan, that he's not to be ignored later in the summer, Euro 2000, and certainly Popescu started pretty confidently as well at the back.
Hadji doing a little bit of pushing then on Ray Parlour, just checked how many hairs he has on his chest. It's a clear foul there, and Hadji didn't like that. He got up and took objection. I think Hadji heard your comment, actually, Trevor. He's been playing very well since you suggested he couldn't score from that range.
I tell you what, that was a wonderful bit of skill as well in midfield, how he went past his man. And then, of course, in typical fashion, he accuses the forwards of not running onto the final ball, which was a poor one. But he's not the most sympathetic of midfielders.
Vieira. Dixon. Gulen. Sticking very close to Henry, trying to. And again, and this time the foot is up and the free kick is Arsenal's. Vieira and Adams have both come forward. And Vieira, last to arrive on the widest from the kicker's viewpoint. Now Adams gets to the back, unmarked. How often has he done that? But the angle was too demanding. And here is Arif. Parlour concedes the free kick on the halfway line, but credit him for getting back aware that there was a hole. Adams had left. No foul, says the referee. Capone still riding on the ground. Pescu puts it out.
I think it was Overmars that caught him. I'm not sure it was that great a contact. This is at full stretch. Oh yes, I think he might have wrapped the shin there, mightn't he? So got his free kick anyway.
Fatih Terim, the coach of Galatasaray, who's been a very impressive figure in extremely difficult times. He was asked whether events prior to the semi-final cast a shadow on the final, and he said very simply, it will do so the more people keep talking about it. Shut up one or two in the audience. Okan. Popescu. Bergkamp. Huge determination, and the free kick is in his favour.
Arif is tucking back into midfield, working hard with the likes of Okan, Suat, and Numit, and just outnumbering the T and Vieira, who normally dominate a little bit more.
Suat who won that. Savinho. Offside given against Henry.
Comfortably offside, wasn't he? Jogging back and then sparked back into line.
Bone. Hadji, 35 years old now, about to make it 3 European Championships as well as 3 World Cups. Did briefly retire from the international game. That's good play. And Bergkamp, not what he wanted. Overmars, good save. Did well to get down. It was a cheeky attempt by Overmars, with probably most people looking the other way, but
yeah, he thought he was going to go for the far post. It would have been a goalkeeping error, but he was going to squeeze in. Then his Bergkamp trying to hit it with his left foot, actually almost gave a great dummy, didn't he, and left it go through to Overmars. Wasn't the most intended of passes.
T with the corner. Vieira couldn't make contact. Bullet. Claudio Taparel. Adams goes looking and finds. Popescu. Under 10 minutes to go to half-time. Henry. They answers the referee, and rightly. But that's loose, but Bergkamp just pushed his man out of the way in order to get to the ball. Koine gets to his feet rather reluctantly, it seemed to me.
A little bit sloppy on a couple of occasions. Popescu knocked the ball into Haji, which was head high, which he turned away disgustedly, saying, "Plenty knocking the ball like that into me." And then at the back there, Boulen knocked it a little bit lazily across, and Bergkamp perhaps didn't have to foul to get possession there. But at the moment, I think Galatasaray are quite encouraged, how well they've done in this opening 6 minutes.
Okan, determined after a neat piece of play by Suet. Hadji looks for Arif. Goal kick. Drums beating, but not too many clearly defined messages to be sent so far. Arif invites David Seaman to clear better out of his hands if he wants to, and he does. Well up, Henri, out by Boulet. Henri, Parla, Overmars, Silvino going like a train outside him. Good stretch by Popescu.
I thought that was Arsenal's best move, right across the side from right back, played it through the midfield. Parla released to Overmars, the overlap. Hashi wasn't going to be back there defending, and Popescu did excellent at the near post.
Adams in the 6-yard area, plenty of others there as well. Good save by Tafarel, although Vieira jumped in front of him.
I've never been too sure about him on crosses, but he's got over 100 caps for Brazil, so he's got to be doing something right.
I think he showed it down on the road how well he can play. Bit of a knock in the back for T here. He's had his problems with injuries this season. And he came down awkwardly, small on the back. Ogun. Vieira. Good challenge by Brillant. And Bergkamp. Again, well up by Henri. Overmars.
Well, when they push up like that, Galatasaray, they do leave that space behind, and Henri and Overmars should be able to make more of it. I'm not quite sure why Overmars is shooting from there. There's got to be something spectacular to actually beat Tafarel, and there was no one hardly within the 18-yard box, so no one was going to get on the end of it.
th match in Europe for Arsene Wenger's team. Katia Terim's side 17, because they had to play in the qualifying round of the Champions League. Offside, Henri.
Got 3 or 4 occasions now, Henri's just sort of been slow jogging out, and he's so quick. It's such a waste if he allows them to capitalise on pushing out and catch all caught offside, because certainly it could cause some problems if he comes out with them and then checks.
Umit. Ooh, that will be another booking. He just didn't time the challenge at all. Martin Keogh.
No dispute there. If you go in like that, you've got to make contact with the ball. That's definitely yellow card.
The Arsenal back four had problems playing at Wembley, didn't they? They're playing in a stadium very much the size of Highbury, but collectively they've not been their usual impressive selves. Individual errors which seem to have undermined the confidence. Four waiting for the free kick for Galatasaray. Popescu is one of them. Too short. It's Brillant. Overmars making a nuisance of himself. Well, that was a good stretch by Keogh, needed to be. Okan, Akansukur, Umit. Went for the early digging the ball out type shot. not troubling David Seaman.
He's worked hard though, and I've been impressed with the number 7, O'Can, as well. Him who just on the ball now, just that little flick, just to try and spread it through. There was an offside there, but Haji again involved in the move earlier.
O'Can was given rave ratings when he played in the under-18 side that won for Turkey in 1992, and then the following year broke his leg, and it's taken him a huge amount of time to get back. He's on the fringe of selection for Euro 2000. That fellow will be there. Arif. Haji. Popescu. Beautifully played off, and he was caught then, Haji, a bit by Silvino. This is Hakan Sukur. That's beautifully done. No flag. Oh, but no goal either for Galatasaray, and the Arsenal defenders look at the assistant referee as Arif cannot believe that he didn't score.
I think he thought he was offside. I thought he was offside as well. When the ball, Sukur does well. Does Tony Adams play him on? Probably just level, I think. But I think at this stage, Arif thinks, well, this is just a token finish. I'm probably offside. But he doesn't now, does he? Goodness me, that easily the best chance. And his manager's not too sympathetic.
Well, and rightly so, because something about playing to the whistle is something you're supposed to learn at a very early age. International players shouldn't be doing that.
Sukur did brilliantly, didn't he, on the edge of the penalty area, reversed the pass to give them the 2 against 1.
Popescu in a little bit of trouble. Both defences have had their moments of concern, but neither has been breached, at least not successfully.
It's that hard-working midfielder, Galatasaray, that I think has given the edge. I think they'll feel that they've had enough possession and had enough of the attacking play, and then, of course, that chance at the end to just feel that they should be ahead. Whereas Arsenal, up to now, don't think had played anywhere near their best. They know they can do better, and I'm sure they will do in the second half. They'll need to.
Popescu. And the second time, Popescu. Popescu tells him to play it forward. Foul by Overmars. And we're now playing the stoppage time. There will be 1 minute of it. Again. Hakan Sukur. Okan. Crossed the line and followed. Again. Disappointed again, but Sukur was just ahead of him. Clever play by Haji. Okan. To go any second now, and on cue from the Spanish referee, and an interesting but not quite pulsating half, and Galatasaray edging it.
Well, I think there's no doubt the chance there of being consoled by his skipper Boulan, shaking his head. Arif, a wonderful opportunity. Good reverse ball for Umit. Arsenal looking across, hopefully. They don't see the flag, and Arif drags it across the face of the goal, not even to get David Seaman to make the save. Yeah, that was bad.
And the fact that Arsenal were caught out, all appealing for their offside, and it wasn't, says something about how things have gone at the back. At half-time, it's 0-0. Well, at half-time, a discussion between Keogh and Adams. Because when Arsenal won here in 94, one goal was enough, scored by Alan Smith, but since their Wembley failures in the Champions League to Barcelona and Fiorentina, Arsenal put 6 goals past Nantes, 6 past Deporto La Coruña, 6 past Werder Bremen, and then comfortably beat Lens. But we've not seen anything of that form. Galatasaray themselves excellent away from home. They've come through past Bologna, Borussia Dortmund, Real Mallorca, and of course Leeds United. And, a game that's remembered for things other than football. So away we go on the second half. The Turkish supporters were more reason to be noisy during the first half. I understand that 180 of the 550 deputies from their parliament come to watch the game. And the Kurdish leader, Abdullah Öcalan, has asked for a television set in his death row cell. Here is Lee Dixon. And that's the first wasted opportunity of the second half.
Yeah, it's one of the rare occasions Lee Dixon's actually ventured forward. He usually likes to become the extra man, and with the way they're closing Arsenal down in the centre of midfield, actually the two fullbacks, if they could get forward, add that extra bit of width, are the outlets. And I was hoping that certainly Lee Dixon and Silvino down the left would push up more.
Vieira, Henry, support eventually there from Aubenas, but he's not going to make that, is he? No, he's not. Gianluca Popescu with the clearance. Popescu, who won this competition under the management of Bobby Robson at PSV Eindhoven. Hakan Şükür lent in a bit too early. Free kick given against him. Keogh not too impressed, to judge by that body language.
Mentioned Popescu, apart from his excellent defending, which Alan was talking about at half-time, it's his distribution from the back that's been outstanding. Whereas Arsenal have given it away when they've been pressurised at the back, Popescu's dwelt on it and actually constructed a lot of good moves from that position.
Vieira. It's a bit of a gap there. Good running by Parler, good ball too. Back off the face of the post, or the side of the post. But more promising for Arsenal, and Vieira the major factor in it.
Yeah, Vieira's pass was a good one, but it was made by the run of Ray Parler. They're hoping he'll be involved in Euro 2000. Should have pulled it back. Taffarel quite relieved to see it go off the near post.
Haji. Arif let it run. Okan. Hakan Şükür! Oh, at the foot of the post! Very, very unlucky, the Turkish side. It's a fine attack. That's a foul. A yellow card shown as we look again at that opportunity.
Well, it's a great pass by Okan, and Martin Keogh does get a touch, I think. Şükür, yep, good tackle. What a great tackle that was. Otherwise, that was definitely a goal, and good recovery.
Seems more like Martin Keogh that Arsenal fans are used to, but still unlucky for the Turks. Comfortably seen by Popescu. Good handling of Suet. Slightly more aggressive and progressive attitude by Arsenal at the start of the second period. Tee was caught. And that's a foul for the trip on Tyler. The tee's still down.
So keen, Galatasaray, that Umit and Arif tackled each other, but McCann's been excellent, the number 7 on this one, as you can see. That was where the free kick came from. A bit harsh.
The other Galatasaray player booked, incidentally, was Arif, as we looked again at the replay of the shot off the post. Well played by Silvino. Promising here for Arsenal. Thierry Henry, just no! I was about to say just needed the touch, but the touch was a touch too heavy.
Well, we saw the benefit of Silvino getting forward down the left, because he went past Hadji, who didn't get back, released Henry. That is the perfect ball, and there's a great tackle at one end, with a good clearance at the other, but unfortunately he was trying to put it in the back of the net. What a chance that was. Ran from very deep and just got underneath it. He should have tried to stay on his feet, but got underneath it, I thought.
Surprising opening. Opportunities at either end. The second half. Long may it continue. Offside. Thought about it for a moment.
It was a bit late, but he was offside when the ball was played, probably a yard or two.
Three up with Hadji on the right, Hakan Sukur on the left, Arif between the two. Won't reach Hakan Sukur. Will end a little fortunate. Suat, Capone, Okan. Well, can the Brazilian find a cross? No, he's denied by another Brazilian. Free kick has been given. And Capone making quite a lot of that. Well,
he just blocked at it a little bit. Might get a better view there. I'm not sure now. I think he made contact with the man and then actually with the ball with the right leg later, didn't he? I don't think he'd got the ball there.
I think it was a genuine attempt at a tackle, but the free kick rightly given. 5 forward, and it's a corner. Almost on the touchline. Hadji's attempt. Probably looking for an extra flick. Same number forward. It's a bit short. Overmars didn't get it away, but Vieira did. Goal kick.
A lot of the corner kicks are being cut out of the near post, the best of deliveries.
Three forward for Arsenal. Time for Ergun. Play by Umit. Good play by Vieira. Ergun. Suat. Arif. Hadji. Good luck here. Another corner.
A little change of pace by Hadji there, wasn't it? It was more than 3 yards. The lads were a bit harsher on him at half time.
Stuart! Blocked by Parla. Still on for Hadji. Got it through. And the slice was by Keown. And another corner. And Arsenal under pressure here. 6th corner for Galatasaray, 5 by Arsenal. No goals by either. Arif to take. Okan on the 6-yard line. Umit just behind him. 3 to come from further back. Now a 4th. And the referee wants to talk to Haji. To Okan, I beg your pardon.
I think, was suggesting that a plaster had caught him from Keown, and he's asking the referee, did you see it? And he's saying no.
Hit longer this time. Popescu was coming in. Adams did well. Chance of a breakout here for Arsenal. Bergkamp, play it now. This is Henry. Bergkamp again. Parla. No foul. Umit. Galatasaray ball. Fati has come to the brink of the area he's allowed to use to shout instructions to his team. In case you missed the start of the programme, have never had a team in the European final. Umit. And they all ducked out of it. Haji! Well, he was running out of ground. It was on the wrong side. But he's got his corner.
He did well. He worked hard to get that corner. It was a long throw, wasn't it? Umit got lots of distance. It cleared everyone. Tony Adams ducked in, thinking perhaps it would go out of play.
Sukur trying to find a better room. Again, the corner not a particularly good one. Brilliant, the captain, playing for safety. Tafarel, who's not been tested, except once when he had to make a good save, but as a result of his own initial questionable position, looking for the cross. Vieira. Silvinho.
But again, Okan had closed down Vieira, then he chased 20-30 yards across and put Silvinho under pressure.
Overmars. Arsenal supporters might be remembering that when they won here against Parma back in '94, Parma were considered the better side and played much of the better football. But Arsenal grabbed the one goal which was decisive. Alan Smith took his chance well. Ögün. Neatly done. Silvinho. Vieira. Parla. Never looked as though he believed he was going past his man. It's another great turn by Ögün. Not the best of back passes. Arif, Petit, Dixon, Vieira. That's a good ball. Keown to Silvinho. Everything now to Overmars' right. Well, they've jockeyed him inside. And then unnecessarily conceded the free kick. Was the offender. Bergkamp has placed. Adams jogs forward, then marches, and now runs. And here's Vieira. Good cover at the back, needed to be two by Popescu again. Petit. Some greater flow to the second half. Both intent on attacking. off a little bit, and it's getting increasingly colder after some summer days. Arif. Okan just couldn't take it. Capone can. Haji. Always going to have a crack, is he? He is. Well, crack wasn't the right word. Except for the ground underneath him.
He did very well. He set himself up the opening, then the old standing foot started to buckle, didn't it, and slipped. He went down.
One way and then the other, but quality of passing not always as required.
That's the difference. You know, Arsenal, once they get the ball, lose it much quicker than Galatasaray, who here knock it around the back. All of the back four are very comfortable. I mean, this player, I must say, Ergun, as a left back, and give the manager kittens, I would think, the way he dwells on the ball on occasions.
Comes Capone. Arif. By Hakan. Referee holds up play while he adjusts the boot. Looked a fairly even contest to me.
So it's 15 minutes into the second half. I mean, the one player who would hold up the play is Kanu, and he's often been introduced at some stage in the second half. And just wonder, I mean, quite often he's actually replaced Bergkamp. Whether they do that in an evening like this, I don't know. But Kanu will certainly be my pick of anyone on the bench.
Capone. Umit. Haji. Drawn two to him. And Parla takes it away from him quite cleanly. And again, the ball immediately given away. Popescu. Now given against Haji. Arif. Haji. Hakan Sukur makes the early run, comes across. Good cover by Adams.
Good fake cross to the near post. Good defended by Tony Adams. Sukur got ahead of him, just wanted to get the touch, but it was an Adams block.
Umit. Arif. Sukur. Tried to set it up. Arif. It's a little bit behind him. He couldn't get the shot away. With a dive in by Jika Popescu, and he'll be booked for that, because it was important. It stopped an attack which had some possibilities, because Overmars was on the run to the left, and Popescu took his man, having committed himself, and realised he was about to be beaten.
Yeah, you're quite right. It was a cynical challenge. He knew Overmars was going to be clear. Parla stayed on his feet, so he took his standing foot away.
Manu Petit, Patrick Vieira, Ergun, Suat, Kyo. Flag is up for offside. Well, that's beautifully won by Okan. Slovenia regains possession for Arsenal. Dion and Hakan Sukur, and again backing in by the Turkish number 9, and the referee telling him to cut it out. Both managers on patrol. They're looking entirely satisfied. There is Kanu, as I'm sure you're aware. It's a question of time, really. Bullet, slightly more up and on. And beautifully nicked by Henry! And the stub shot goes wide.
Well, a relieved skipper there, Boulan, because he thought he had him covered. And as if he was no trouble at all, and he just got his big boot round it, just hooked it past him, then cutting in. One of the problems if Henry does get behind anyone is there's nobody up joining, and so he decides to shoot for the far post. Scuffs it a bit, wasn't a clean strike.
Ball got up a bit, and this is Arif, and still Arif. Did well to get the shot in. Would have embarrassed two Arsenal players had it been successful.
They did well enough, then just sort of hit it on the half volley there on the up, but it was always that side where David Seaman was, and a comfortable enough save.
Borrell claims well. Again spending time in the front line with Umit, 22, in the supporting role behind a front three quite often. Here's Popescu. Umit. Sukur, back again from Arif, just too strong. You're mentioning about England watching. One or two in Turkey's group should be watching too. Yeah, that's the challenge.
That was a good break, wasn't it? Sukur looks excellent in attack, and he and Arif linked up well.
Space on the right here for Pala. I'm tempted to say he had more time than he took, but he was confident enough to try the volley.
I think he had to hit it. It really was a wonderful pass by Overmars. Sitting there to be hit, you've got to just hit it on the stride. Went for power. Probably if he'd have just gone for the accuracy anywhere on target, I think Taffarel might have struggled.
Silvino. Good backtracking by Popescu. Given a very comfortable performance of the back cheek of Popescu. Elegant in style. No surprise he didn't come well at Tottenham. He's going to get caught here though by Overmars. Bergkamp came towards Overmars. He presumably didn't look up because there was nobody coming in on that angle at all.
Well, that's the side they've got to keep getting it to Overmars. Capone struggling. Just wondered if Henry could have played the ball in at a little bit better of an angle that Overmars could have cut in towards the goal. It just pushed him slightly wide. Got caught in two minds whether to go for the shot or the cross, did neither.
Arif, Hakan Sukur. Good challenge by Petit. Vieira, Petit. French connection. Again, Umit. Turning up all over the place to stop Arsenal building. Nicely done. Palu gets forward again. Henry inside. That's a corner.
Well, most of the Arsenal fans behind that goal just getting some encouragement now. Just felt last few minutes after beginning to get a little bit more space and work the ball better.
Petit to take, rather near post, whole posse coming from the other side, led by Patrick Vieira. Taffarel makes a good catch.
Said he was dodgy on crosses, didn't I? That was good take, there's a lot of bodies in there.
Well done by Bergkamp, and well used. Overmars, only Petit is in the middle though. Haji. Been seen for a little while, but he started this. Umit's continuing it. Arif has pulled away to the left and now to the right. He can get a right foot shot in. No, he can't. Because it was a very good challenge by Adams, but that's what he was trying to do. This is Capone. And that's quite a good parry, because he got plenty of oomph behind the shot.
The second half developing into a fascinating game. Both sides having their moments. Capone pinching the ball off Overmars. Tony Adams mentioned to Overmars not to lose the ball there. Just saw the opening, saw a bit of glory. And David Seaman, a comfortable enough again, shoulder height.
Okay, for the short one. Ball waiting. Another corner. Number 8 for Galatasaray, 6 for Arsenal. Again. Not memorable. You might be wondering, incidentally, why he wears number 67. That's from the city he comes from. Zonguldak, that's the number of the registration for cars. I mean, that might catch on. We'll have sort of SW75RF. And would Motti not like that?
Perhaps he does a bit of moonlighting as a car salesman.
Seaman. .34, incidentally, is Istanbul. Curious free kick. Capone. Played by Keown. Haji on the right. He'd rather rebalance himself again. He's still going to get the cross in. And Hakan Sukur, beaten again by Keown. Good challenge by Adams. Oh dear, that's wild in the extreme. The yellow cards growing. Capone joins the list. Okan, Bülent, Arif, Popescu and Capone for Galatasaray, Vieira and Keown for Arsenal. Keown. Bülent trying to let it run. And Dennis Bergkamp a little over-eager.
Done well, the skipper, Bülent. Being strong, picked up an early yellow card, but shielding it back, Bergkamp frustrated.
Then good climb by Keown. Parla. Dixon. Oh, one back by Vieira, and well used. Parla, everything to his left in an Arsenal shirt. That's where Henry wanted it. It didn't curl into his path. Instead, it's well seen by Taparel.
Don't just join as well, Arsenal, as Galatasaray, because, you know, Fowler got the clear, and the only option in the penalty area, 9 times out of 10, is Henry. So it makes it a bit predictable where the ball's got to go.
Nothing is predictable while this man is around. Oh, look at that from Haji. Oh, long may he stay. He's worth the admission, just for the odd moment. Arrogance and subtlety in complete unison. Thought about coming for it, David Seaman. Dixon gets away with an awful header. It's Umit. He was rather too hasty.
Yeah, just misjudged. Ray Parlour thinks he's going to get the touch, was on the heels, and Umit just miscuing. And looks as if we are going to get our first substitution. No surprise, really. Kanu in it, and it is Dennis Bergkamp, as has happened on a few weeks tail end of the season, who comes off midway through the second half.
Well, a long journey by road and rail to disappointment for Dennis Bergkamp. Personally, what it will be for his team remains to be seen as the Nigerian replaces him. Different problem for Galatasaray. Nudge or back in by Vieira. Free kick is given.
I mean, Kanu plays a very similar game. I'm pretty sure that Suat, the little number 8, who's sort of been doing the holding job in midfield and has done very well whenever Bergkamp dropped deep, he marked him. I'm sure he's going to do the same job to Kanu. Let's see if he can be as successful.
But Kanu does strange things from time to time which confuse players. That's what I meant by a different problem. Haji. Suat. Capone. Suat. Okan. Again, the passing better. They've been the better side, there is no doubt about that. But Arsenal still threaten. Kanu. Stroke to Dixon.
The best of balls for Overmars, who certainly still seems the more likely out if they can get it to him, particularly as Capone got a yellow card 5 minutes ago. That he can't afford to lunge in.
Noise from the Arsenal supporters. Okan. Galatasaray ball.
Certainly Okan, I don't know whether he was feeling a touch of cramp there, but he and Umit, the 22, have been quite outstanding in central midfield against Vieira and Petit. They've competed as well as I've seen any central midfield this season.
Here is Okan. Here's Hakan Sukur. Telling header again by Keown. Well, one by Suat and one back by Kanu. Ricochets favour the Turkish team. Vieira. Henri. Overmars reluctant to go, it seemed. But he's to his left, if needed. And Henri goes for the shot instead. He wasn't a million miles away and in fact gets a corner.
Tafarel looked quite relaxed about it, but it was pretty close. Must have clipped the defender because it wasn't the goalkeeper who got the hand to it. The faintest of tickles, wasn't it?
Kanu on the near post. Petit on the near edge of the 6-yard area. Adams centrally placed forward of the penalty spot. Keown just to his right. Here's the back flick.
That was unfortunate. Petit got the first header, but Adams and Kanu coming in the centre of the goal, and it just cleared both of them. They were unmarked. See, Petit gets the first touch. Watch Adams and Kanu standing in there, but it was just too high for either of them.
Slip by Okan. Ball stayed in play. Alif and Silvinho. And Silvinho adjusts the offender. He's backing into him, rather. Ögün. Arif wants a diagonal ball and gets it. And we were looking at there's won 11 trophies for Galatasaray and made them the preeminent side in Turkey. 6 points clear in the championship with 1 to play. They've already got the title again. Coming towards the last 10 minutes of the 90. Sukur waits in the middle. Keown didn't wait, just went to meet the ball. Ögün. Three up again. Keown up again. That's well played. Umit once more. Arif, Umit outside him. That's a good ball. And a useful cross, and here's Okan, and it's got a deflection. Comes to Umit, who's offside.
Well, it was an excellent break again, wasn't it? Good overlapping. Umit has been quite outstanding in midfield. Just got the deflection. Okan just got perhaps a bit of a scuff. Good blocking tackle, though. Tony Adams, I think it was. There's the miss, slightly off Tony Adams initially, and then it was Silvinho, actually, who's gone out there and got the block. Good defending.
The cry from the Arsenal supporters is the not an unfamiliar one about by far the greatest team, but not on this performance. Have not played up to the collection of their parts, which might be a bit the story of their season, even though they finished as runners-up and qualified for the Champions League. I think with Manchester United rather greater and will satisfy Arsene Wenger, that's for sure. Silvinho. Wrong way. I think Sukur made a different run from the one that Arif was expecting, I think.
I think Arif realises it was a bad accuracy on the ball, but it's a superb run by Sukur.
Ari, Overmars.
A decent enough shot, but it didn't have the power, I don't think, to worry Taffarel. I'd like to have seen him gone initially rather than turn back out.
Keown makes it his. Well taken by Umit. Arif right. Oh, and the ball right deep in the crowd.
Well, he's annoyed at the finish, but wonderful interception again. He's worked so hard against the error of Petit, but it's time now for Galatasaray to make the change.
Question of fresh legs. Hakan Unsal is the player coming on who's more defensive than the man he's replacing. Okan, who may well have played himself into the Turkish side for Euro 2000. Hakan Unsal, 28.
He played excellent, Okan. We saw him sort of looks as if he was getting touch of cramp a few minutes ago. He's been sitting a little bit more in the midfield, and it's a sensible switch.
Yes, it's Ögün who's gone in there. It's to be expected because Hakan Unsal is as a defender.
It's Certainly Ergun has looked very accomplished at left back. Good on the ball. Certain arrogance about his play, so no surprise to see him sure he'll be very much at home areas in midfield closing for now.
Haji. Ergun. Haji. Sweat. Plenty of encouragement coming from the Highbury North Bank. Kanu. It's well read. Parler. Nobody to finish again.
Did very well, Ray Parler, actually very unselfish across the face of the goal, and a pity Mark Overmars hadn't taken a chance. He was the one towards the back post who could have gone in there.
And that's a great ball forward, and Hakan Şükür just can't get to his feet in time. And another chance goes away for Galatasaray. Fatih smiling, but I think it's a somewhat ironic smile. Great little ball forward. No appeal, and I think rightly, but it was very bad luck.
It was a great pass. First touch was quite exquisite, right in his stride, a couple of yards, perfectly cushioned, shape to shoot, sold the dummy to Marvin Kjolin. It was just his standing foot as he came back then to get it on his left foot. His standing foot let him down, he slipped, couldn't keep his balance, and enabled David Seaman to come out, but very unlucky. He's been excellent, I think, Şükür, with his movement, strong, powerful, very aware of players joining him, and been very, very impressive.
Tony, and here's Hakan Şükür. Make contact at all. So, of course, it will be extra time if no one can find a goal in the last 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time, and the golden goal rule applies in this final.
If not a golden goal, I wonder if they've been practicing their penalties.
We did a very good job there trying to play the advantage for quite a long time. And in the end, whistles up against Suat.
It's only little Suat. Look, he's trying to swap shirts before the final whistle, but I mean, he's done a very tight marking job on Kanu since he's come on, and as he did against Bergkamp.
The key to take. Got a man round at the back, who was Tony Adams, but there was a little bit of push or climb. Free kick, Springham.
A number of times Tony Adams does that spin round the back. Gotta say, Şükür, he was the defender that just climbed over him, but he's done a good job concentrating in defensive situations, which sometimes strikers from the ball don't do, but he's done very well.
Silvino. Overmars. Suat again, tidying things up. Adams holding his ground. Popescu. Seen by Adams.
Although they haven't been totally convincing at the back on occasions, you've got to say they've hung in there, they've got their blocks and their tackles. So the old brigade taking out Silvinho, the rest have been there such a long while. Once again, have done their job.
Those didn't make that. And this is Hadji. And still. And Petit not back to deny the pass, finding its recipient. Kick has been given.
Yeah, there's a bit of pulling on Carney there. Trying to release Parler inside. Fullback. Watch Popescu come across here. Once again, he was going to read it anyway. The foul was given, but he's certainly been so perceptive at the back.
Await the board for the stoppage time. And 2 minutes of stoppage time is being allowed. Unsa, Hadji. Flag up for offside.
Well, Arsene Wenger, now his side haven't been at their best. I think that's also a reflection on a very good, hard-working performance by Galatasaray, who have surprised me how much they've pushed and pressed Arsenal into mistakes. And all you've got to say is Arsenal at least have got to this game, at the end of this game now, 90 minutes at least level, because on the balance of it, they know full well that they probably could easily have lost. How the game's going to end up, I'm not going to predict those.
Trying to close, Stratford hold down, made him move quickly. Kanu. Still the Nigerian, beautifully done, Parler. Pass that went away again, how often that's been the case. It's a bit fortunate, Hakan Unsal taking full advantage of it. Silvinho across.
He did well, Silvinho. Good run. Broke clear, those fresh legs. And Sukur again checked towards the back post, cut across, trying to get in front of Silvinho, but could defend it.
Last chance. Ooh. Well, they had time to take the free kick. We've ticked on past the 2 minutes. Penalty for which time is allowed to go past the allotted amount.
Actually looks as if he wants it on his left foot, but you've got to say it would favour more the right foot of Sukur.
And Arif coming across as well. I'm surprised it was being allowed to go on this long. It's Hakan Sukur. It's side netting, and that is the last action of the 90 minutes. We will play extra time, and maybe somebody will find the golden goal to prevent the penalties. But you have to have some sympathy. Shot curling away all the time and coming back off the backboarding to hit the side netting. You have to have some sympathy with the Turkish side.
They played very well. I was surprised. Look, only 3 in the wall there. Almost inviting a shot. You knew that side. They would seem and initially look concerned, but then it was always going to go away from that near post. But I think they played well. Sukur has been excellent. Umit in midfield and Hakan before he went off. Popescu at the back. The better individuals have come from Galatasaray. Arsenal are still in there, though. Golden goal, somebody could make themselves a hero.
I guess.
Well, infinitely better second half than first half, Alan.
Very exciting the second half. I thought Galatasaray were excellent. You know, they played well, they competed well, control of the ball, the passing and movement were excellent, and they thoroughly deserved to win the match. Arsenal didn't play to their best, but the record books don't say anything about playing badly or playing well. All they say is we won the match, and they've still got a great chance to win it.
Yeah, Arsenal's still very much in it, Martin.
Very much so, yeah. Alan's absolutely right. Record books don't say how well you've played in the game. It'll be ironic, funnily enough, if there isn't a goal in golden goal time and Arsene Wenger wins the match in penalties when he's criticised us so heavily for winning in penalty kicks himself, you know.
You're not going to tell me you think he's telling them they were playing for penalties?
Well, no, I don't think so. But I think the way Galatasaray played in the second half, he might be looking for penalties himself. You know? It's a very nervous time. A golden goal, you can't afford to make a mistake. Very obviously, that's it, finished. But
is that why it's always negative, you think, because you can't afford to make a mistake?
I think perhaps it is. You know, I haven't seen too many fantastic golden goals, as perhaps maybe France in the World Cup on one occasion. But overall, I agree. It was after 75 minutes in the game when Barry Davies said that he thought that Galatasaray were by far the better side, and I agree. Arsenal, because they've got so many talented players, will always be in the game. Will always maybe create something. But overall, Galatasaray have done very, very well indeed.
But at least we had a bit of excitement in the second half. We had some great chances. In fact, Arsenal back forward had some last-ditch tackles, and Suka played excellent throughout the match. Great movement.
I think he's done excellently. He's inclined at times not to head it too often, but here he got the chance, and Keown has done very well to get a challenge in. But Suka is no doubt.
But Keown had a chance as well at the other end. What a chance that was!
The match.
Just happened a moment later. Henry is broken into the box. Great ball across. My old man Hadji has just forgotten to make the challenge there. But
doesn't like defending.
Doesn't matter. Actually, I think Hadji's done very, very well indeed in the game. Keown should have made it 1-0 to them.
But they came back strongly again, Galatasaray, and Suka nearly snatched it at the death.
This is the best bit of the match. It's brilliant. The movement's great, the pass is great, the control is fantastic. Goes to hit, Keown challenges, comes inside, and he's just unlucky. Hits off his knee, and then he just slips there. And if he stays on his feet, it's a goal and it's all over. And he has been terrific right throughout the match.
There's Alan Davis. There's a bit of tension in the stands now, weren't there, for the golden goal?
Well, as we said before, one mistake and it's all over, so that's why it tends to get a little bit negative. But what you'd be looking for would be one piece of individual brilliance, and hopefully it comes from an Arsenal player.
They seem to be gradually getting back on their feet. We joined Trevor and
how animated Arsene Wenger was during the 5-minute break before the start of extra time. And it's true about the golden goal. It has brought a defensive attitude. I think the great exception was the first half of England against Germany in Euro 96, when, if you remember, there were chances all over the place, one goal disallowed. It was amazing, but then they cleared their heads a bit for the second period. And mostly, except for the goal by Blanc at Lens that got them through in the World Cup and on to success in it. It's not been a terribly successful idea. Maybe this time. European Cup match has never been decided by the golden goal. Champions Cup, UEFA Cup, or the now defunct Cup Winners' Cup.
I must say I'm not a great lover of it. I think it does become negative. Doesn't give a chance. If you've played through the 90 minutes, why not give them the whole of extra time and let's see the game open up that much more. But at this moment, there's a great opportunity for somebody in those yellow shirts to become an instant hero.
It's Kanu. Petit, Overmars to his left. Went for the more interesting pass, but too many around Kanu. Hadji, should be noted, is still on the pitch and still a factor as we go into extra time. It's testing the legs a bit. And here's Umit, covered by Silvino. That's better by Arsenal. Henry. A little bit fortunate, but deserved his good fortune. Kanu for the pullback. Henry! Well, he went for glory, and I think that was the only intention that he had, really. But it was some run.
There's an error with that. I mean, they are struggling to get up with him. Look, it's just got caught behind him there. I mean, Kanu is the only one square. But I just think having made that run and then waited and just hesitated a little bit, he could the actual pull back to the edge of the penalty area was the ball, but he didn't actually look up, did he?
Vieira. Henry again. Fowler makes a run ahead again. Henry. And Chaparral gets away with a half error. It seemed to be more a pass shot than a shot of any power.
Yeah, he was trying to pick his spot. Certainly believes in the golden goal. He wants to get one. But he tried to just, as I say, pick his position. It wasn't with any power. Taffarel actually, surprisingly, just squirmed away from him.
Perhaps it surprised him too. Popescu. Silvino. This is Hadji. Good tackle, Adams. Oh. Oh dear, oh goodness me. Oh, we really don't want this, but what's the referee going to do? It seemed that Hadji actually thumped Adams.
I think he could get the red card.
Yes. Oh, that's such a shame. He's got no one to blame but himself. Adams gets yellow. Hadji gets red because he punched Adams in the back in irritation after all the problems that have occurred in this UEFA Cup run with Galatasaray. It was definitely holding Adams back. Adams reacted with the arm. Hadji just held on and then thumped him in the back. The referee had no choice other than to send off Hadji, and Hadji should have known better. The players were under instructions to control themselves in the light of the problems, and he was unable to do so, and walks off the field, a brilliant player, but disgraced.
Yeah, great shame when you think how much influence he's had on the match. I think Tony Adams was also lucky not to make contact a little bit, because 2 or 3 arms played that went into the air, and that's in the end what Hadji reacted to, but it was unnecessary.
Neither came out with any credit from that whatsoever. And Ahmed is brought on by Galatasaray in place of Suet, and they're also thinking of bringing on Hassan Shash. So a double substitution here. But fourth official finally shows Arif that it's number 6 who is required to come off, and Hassan Shash comes on.
Yeah, Arif came off actually at Chelsea when Taffarel was sent off, and I think you have to couldn't afford to take Suker, or so you take after the second striker, a man short, and give it a little bit extra fillip in the midfield. The other problem, of course, is Hadji might well have been one of the penalty takers, I would have thought, mate.
Oh yes, I'm sure. Leaves a nasty taste in the mouth. Free kick given to Galatasaray. Mid. Pony. This is Overmars. Henri did well to leave it. Vieira didn't do quite so well. Petit. Kanu. Henri. Rather haphazardly away. Vieira. And Arsenal pressing with the one-man advantage. Ahmed with the clearance. Waiting for support on the right, Umit. And then goes the other way. Ergun. Akansuka is waiting in the middle. Temporel really have to perform again in the penalty competition. So good in '94 and in the semi-final in '98 against the Dutch. Lucky Shash, Hassan Shash. Parla still looks full of running. You know that the news will follow after this match. Temporal having to scamper a little bit. Looking back, a little concerned that slip might have been costly, but it wasn't. Too much pattern of the extra time so far. Kanu trying to find some, but just thumped away by Bülent. Keown. To let you know, this is not the only match that's gone into extra time. In the First Division playoff, it's Ipswich 3, Bolton Wanderers 3. Away goals not counting in the competition this year. Ipswich equalised in the 90th minute. Still alive in their attempt to get to the Premiership, as are Bolton. Is Thierry Henry. With an attempt at being the golden boy here. But for the moment he struck it, the ball was climbing.
A bit of a waste, never quite got Henry sort of running into the channels. Just that one run early on in this extra time. I think Galatasaray just settled down. We've got themselves reorganised now since Ardy's sending off. A couple of substitutes on and got a better shape, just leaving Suker up. You've got to say that they're probably at this moment only too pleased to settle for the penalties, and the onus is on Arsenal to get the golden goal before that.
Yes, Kier. Kanu. Henri. And Overmars, oh no! It's deflected for the corner. What an opportunity for Arsenal.
I think it was a decent tackle in the end. Henri waited ages, didn't he? And then that little toe ender. And you got to say, Capone did well, I think, just to block it. Overmars just saw a side foot, moment for glory, but it went away from him.
Well, so much. It's out of play for a goal kick on the other side.
Overmars was the only one again, you know, who got into the penalty area. Henry, when he's up there, has to wait so long. That's why he thinks about, actually, I think, scoring himself. There he is, does keep it in. Little toe ender, yeah, and it's a good block. I don't think Taffarel would have been involved.
Galatasaray free kick. Many men will they dare to push forward. Ahmed has joined Hakan Şükür and Umit. And here's Hasan Şaş. Capone. Vieira. Petit. Kanu. Space on the right for Lee Dixon. Long way to go though. Galatasaray funnel back in numbers. They just left Hakan Şükür forward. This is Vieira. Henry. And an offside decision.
Tough for Şükür now to get into the game, because he is being left more and more up there by himself against Adams and Keogh.
He's weary, he's not walking that well, not moving that well. Here's Thierry Henry. Henry! And he's been the main threat, sometimes without support, sometimes of being oblivious of the support that he's had.
He actually did pretty well there at one stage, then just got the ball tucked under him. There he is, look, he wins it back, looks as if then he's going to have the shot, and then it's almost like a stab, a toe ender rather than a full-blooded drive. Turns well, just gets caught under his feet, loses his balance, and as I say, it's more a scuff than a good drive.
And one of the Galatasaray players is hurt as he fell, whether it's Bülent. We're seeing the stretcher for the first time. Yes, it is Bülent. Well, there's still hope for both sets of supporters, but for the neutral there's disappointment, because the second half had been very entertaining, and such a pity that two of the senior members on the field, the Arsenal captain and Giogi Hagi, should be involved in an incident which ended with Hagi being sent off. Here's Silvinho. Kanu. Keown. Dixon. Understandably, there's really only one team making the play. And we're going to have probably another 15 minutes of this. We've had the first 15. It's half-time in extra time. And a rather more difficult game for the Spanish referee than in '98. We look down on this Parken Stadium in Copenhagen, which has been very much rebuilt, belongs to the Copenhagen Football Club. They've paid only 14 million to transfer it into their name, and it's an impressive stadium. Only holds 41,038 for this final, the outcome of which we still don't know. But the atmosphere's changed a bit, Trevor, or is it just me?
Well, I think Galatasaray fans that are trying to egg their team on realise that with the man short, they've gone more cautious. They're leaving Suker up by himself. They've brought a couple of more men into midfield to sort of fill up that, and I think they're quite content to go to the penalties. And it's now up to Arsenal to try and utilise Henry. As Boulan getting a strap in, I'm not sure that's going to help. Is it going to hold him back? I would have thought, but you know, it needs really Arsenal, I think, to try and see if they can gain. I wouldn't want to see this decided on penalty. I'll never do.
Because they've got to do something about Boulan, because 3 substitutes have already been used. Shades here of Franz Beckenbauer once playing with his arm pinned to his side, playing for his country. It's a long time ago, though.
He'd struggle to lift the trophy if they did end up winning it, so better go to Arsenal.
I thought you were a generous man, not a cruel one. Certainly, Arsenal must at this moment be hot favourites. Question how much they're prepared to push to take it. Adams, cleanly beaten. Pushing forward to make it 4 up front. Parler on the right, Kanu down the middle. Overmars not able to get it. Away by Hakan Unsal. Dixon. Parler. Vieira. Overmars, Kanu. Didn't really need the turn and needed a far better shot.
Neat enough for a while, and then it's just that final ball. If Kanu's dropping deep, you know, not going to score from that distance. You do need somebody from midfield running beyond, getting alongside Henry, and it's those areas where they've not had the forward passing options, and with an extra man you'd like to see them be a little bit more positive.
Back. Having been more enterprising than Arsenal were able to be, and now just having to concentrate on defence. Galatasaray. Dixon for Arsenal. Real opportunity there for them. Without the nervous tension of the penalty competition. Parler, it's a good cross. It's a fine save by Taffarel that denies Henry. Really good block, and he's still down on his goal line. He is a fine shot stopper. He gets himself into places at times where he appears to have no right. It's a good cross by Parler. Got up so well, but it was turned away by Taffarel.
Yeah, it was a golden save, wasn't it? That golden goal. Leapt well, just kept it down, and brilliant save. Good deep cross, found the space, didn't he, at the far post. Look, came in there. Easier to say to head it back across the other side of the goal, but Taffarel took a gamble, went with the near post, and he got there.
One Frenchman. Disbelief. They thought it was in on the Arsenal bench. Taffarel got himself in a false position really with the cross. The cross took him out of the play, but he got across to make the block. Some cost to himself, I think. Dixon. Good support from both sets of supporters. The atmosphere in the stadium has been very good. Bit of pulling by Boulet. That's well played, but he couldn't keep it in. So let me tell you again that the news will immediately follow the outcome of the match. Obviously we don't know whether that's going to be with a golden goal or the end of a penalty competition. Certainty of sport. Time as well as other things. And lots of stoppages now. Referee not too impressed. Feels that Shash is not particularly badly hurt. Popescu waves him forward. And Sukur got a little knock then. I think that will be a corner, yes. Unsal's shot was met on the moment of impact by Parler. Arsenal having to defend the set piece, and I suppose the set piece is the best hope for Galatasaray. Agun has gone across to take it. Ahmed is forward. It's too long. Quality of corners has been poor, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to say they missed Haji, but Haji's, a lot of his were cut out of the near post. I just wonder whether Ugan would do better. At least he cleared the near post and cleared everyone else. You've got to say, Galatasaray, you know, I'll look into the pens. They're not particularly hurrying to take that set piece. If they scored, obviously great, but I mean, they looked as if they were just playing out an extra minute. And what is it now? 9 minutes.
And here's Kanu. Still Kanu, straight at the goalkeeper, twice. But Taparel stood firm. Hasn't been particularly busy during the match, but he's done really well for his side in extra time.
He's growing in stature all the time. Typical Kanu, shape into cross, come inside. Got the second chance, bit off balance. The second one, the power wasn't there. The first was the good save.
Both knocked away, which is very much his style. Taparel. It's well won by Shash. Ahmed. Umid, Popescu. Comes Hakan Unsal. He's done well. He's done very well, and no one for the finishing touch. Agun was the nearest. He's had a couple of really positive runs, but neither has got the finish that his run deserved. Now Parler for Arsenal. Henry, still the favourite. Oh dear, not with shots like that.
Another one of his passes, wasn't it? Cloney down, he's shattered. But Hakan Unsal down the left side did superbly, got to the byline and just needed a touch, didn't it? Went right across the face of the goal.
Well, he looked in agony rather early in the match, but I think he's got more justification now. It's presumably a bit of cramp. It's all come stop-start, rather messy. Another opportunity for Galatasaray. Couldn't find the telling foot.
Sukur did. It was unlucky actually. He checked out to the 6-yard box and went across the face of the goal, and Agun couldn't quite get there at the far post. And it would be interesting, Sukur and Sukur.
It is a stage, and it looks as though Galatasaray are going to be down to 9 men. because Carpone's gone off for a while at least. Or is he off to come straight back? He still looks in pain, but Arsenal make their substitution. Overmars comes off. Shuker comes on. And I wonder how much the two coaches are thinking now about who's on the field for the penalties. Fati doesn't really have any choice. He's already made all his substitutions. But, forward for a forward in the case of Shuker coming on for Overmars.
Yeah, but definitely Suker will be a penalty taker.
Sure, yeah.
Probably missing out the left foot of his, but I mean, Overmars is a less obvious penalty taker. So I mean, Overmars has looked quite dangerous at times, but you know, I think Suker definitely there for the pen.
Arsene Wenger has said that they have been practicing penalties, so presumably he's one on the list. Gica Popescu looks as though he fancies a crack here. The wall's got to go back a little bit further. A spectacular goal from this range. And it is Popescu. No major tests for a goalkeeper of Siemens quality. Inside the last 5 minutes of the second period of extra time, and Hakan Sukur tries to climb when it wasn't really possible without a ladder. It's well seen by the man who a moment ago was prostrate on the touchline. He's now returned to the fray, Carpone, but having cleared the ball, seemed to remember that it was that leg that was hurt. Official telling Fatih that he's got to get Fatih rather that he's got to get back on the bench. Extra time once again has been thoroughly disjointed. No great quality of football, but the sending off inevitably meant that Turkish side had to think about the penalties. Oh! For a moment as though he was going to get through. Barney limping again, in fairness to him. As he is hurt. Ergun. Ahmet. Umit. What a sterling game, Umit. He's worked so hard. It's a bit short though. Dixon. Silvino. 4 out with him, but pretty well spread. Looks for Henry. Super pass, but where's the man in the middle? No one was attacking the 6-yard box at all. I find that unbelievable at this stage of the game.
Well, Suker and Kanu with the two, but I don't think either of them thought that Henry was going to get there, but he did. He's got such fantastic acceleration. Let him have another go.
Another cross comes in. Away by Hakan Ünsal. Pretty. Kier. Timely slip. He's done well to recover. And a free kick has been given, and the Turks very unhappy about that. And quite rightly, Shash is shown the yellow card. Might have been worse. It was a confrontation, nose to nose almost, with the fourth official, with the assistant referee on this side. Somebody out there is going to be the unlucky man, unless the golden goal arrives in very short order. We're coming into the last minute of extra time. for G to take. Free kick. Some push and shove, shake of the head from Tony Adams.
And let's go back to the Henry header. It's probably the nearest we've had. A lot of bodies in there. Just a bit of back impact perhaps by Henry as well. He, of course, was looking to, was it 10 consecutive games I think he scored. He was looking to try and break in Wright's record. Doesn't look as if that's going to happen either.
So that gentleman is watching. Record looks safe. Free kick against Adams for holding down his man. Final seconds ticking away. Umid looks as though he's going to have a crack this time. Shash doing a bit of push and shove with Keogh, not another surely. And it's Umid who hits it. Part of paparazzi.
Now a case of just, oh, there we go. I wonder who's going to be on.
A penalty competition. It is going to be. And Arsenal will remember that they once lost a European competition back in 1980 to Valencia in the Cup Winners' Cup, but they have had successes both in Europe, and Arsene Wenger has had them practicing.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to take. I mean, Souquet, Henry, I would have thought Kanu, and then perhaps Palmer and Dixon would be the five of those that are still on the pitch. We'll have to wait and see. Nervous moments.
So, who is it to be? Who is the unlucky man? There's bound to be one.
Well, here we go again.
Well, I tell you what, that wasn't bad. There's at least a little bit of drama in it. Some good chances, some great goalkeeping by Taffarel. I hope that's not an omen. Galatasaray played well throughout the match, but the last 5 or 6 minutes of the match were blowing bubbles. You know, it's a lottery now.
Yeah, once they went down to 10 men, Martin, it was pretty one-way traffic. You could see Arsenal pinching it with that golden goal, but...
Yeah, I expected that as well, too, because Hadji was sent off the field, and I think that Galatasaray themselves felt that perhaps it was hard done by, but overall, down to 10 players, then they obviously going to play for penalties.
How did you see that one, Ali? I mean, it was
well, I think he's a little bit unlucky, Hadji. Initially, he was causing the problem. Tony Adams reacted a bit. I think that Hadji should have just been booked there. I don't think he should have been sent off. Yeah. He's holding Adams back. Adams goes with it, sort of elbow there. It's never been a punch, is it, really?
Not really, but if you raise your hands, you're always risking that sort of punishment.
You're always risking it, but I thought he was maybe a little bit unfortunate.
And, Henry had a great chance to seal it for Arsenal, though, didn't he?
Great cross in. He hangs forever here. Parler, great cross to the back post. Brilliant goalkeeping, because he doesn't have to make his way across the goals to keep it out.
Well, the Arsenal bench were up. They thought it was in. So it was a magnificent cross. I honestly thought for a moment or two, time stood still. You know, Henry, if he heads it back across the other goal, easier said than done, to be perfectly honest. You know,
he makes a lot of ground up there, the keeper.
Yeah.
To get, you know,
that's a magnificent save by him.
It's fantastic.
Then Martin Kanu had a chance as well when he cut back inside.
Kanu coming on for a disappointing Bergkamp, I must admit.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to drag it inside and sent the man for a dummy. And again, Taffarel's made a terrific save. And double save. But
this is what Kanu's brilliant at. Goni hit, coming inside. You know, the challenge is there. Good save with the keeper. Kanu reacts quickly. Bit off balance. Another good save. As I said, I hope that's not an omen for the penalty.
Both these goalkeepers, David Seaman and of course the Brazilian goalkeeper Taffarel, have got reasonable track records in penalty shootouts.
You missed the penalty kick against this guy, didn't you?
It was a brilliant save, though. Well, it looks like they're about ready, so Barry.
Yes, David Seaman, we remember against Spain. Taffarel denied Daniel Massaro in '94 final, and then Cuckoo and Ronald de Boer in the semi-final of '98. It's going to be Galatasaray to go first. And Ergun is their first taker. 67 against England's number 1. Referee getting Arsene Wenger off the pitch and all the players into the centre circle. Long wait. Got there very early, Ergun. And away we go. 1-0 Galatasaray.
Well, he is Mr. Casual, isn't he, Ergun? He's had that sort of arrogance on the ball throughout the game, and it was just a little stroll, a little clip. David Seaman went the right way, and the height beat him.
And the whistles from the Turkish supporters, and the taker is the man brought on, Davor Şuker. Seemed to half change his mind, didn't hit it cleanly, and the post and the goalkeeper's hand were there pretty well together, I reckon.
Well, what did we say about bringing him on his cultured left foot? Probably any inside of the post, almost checked to try and sort of wrong foot Taffarel. Taffarel went the right way, inside of the post, across the face of the goal.
Actually beat the goalkeeper quite cleanly. Hakan Şükür. It's 2-0 to Galatasaray.
So important to get your noses in front in a situation like this. It's same side, same height, right foot.
Careful placement by Ray Parlour. Needs to get Arsenal on the score sheet, and does.
It's a good penalty. I've seen him take a few, Ray Parlour. He's very good, very reliable. Low to his right, no chance at all for Taffarel.
Now one of the contenders for man of the match, Umit Davala, who maintain the advantage.
Yeah, they're looking confident, and they're going a little stroll up. Same side. David Seaman think, well, two to my left, probably they're going to switch it, but they don't. No chance. It's starting to get serious now, isn't it? Can't afford to miss another one. Patrick Vieira, what a long walk. Took a long amble down to there.
Again, carefully placed. Oh! And they're celebrating already. Not to be. Up comes Jika Popescu, and if he scores, Galatasaray have the UEFA Cup. Woodwork both times denying Arsenal. Taffarel not called upon to do anything in extremis. And Galatasaray become the first team from Turkey to win a European competition. And they're opening champagne behind us and all around the ground. Arsenal not taking their chances during the match, particularly the miss by Keown, and then during the penalty competition with Davor Şuker and Patrick Vieira. They can't believe it, the Londoners, but it was not to be their night. And you have to congratulate Galatasaray who played some really nice football and come away with the trophy.
You can't begrudge them it. They played very well. When Haji went off down to the man Schultz, they got more cautious defensive. Popescu was excellent. He got the winning penalty kick. None of them, I don't think, were.
I wonder whether Claudio Tapparel's reputation was a factor. But both the Arsenal misses were off the woodwork.
Suker being consoled. I'm surprised Vieira took one. I thought Suker understood, but it was a long walk. And then they'd already missed one. He couldn't afford to miss a second. And then, as you say, the celebration was already underway. As Popescu, couldn't think of anyone more reliable. He just knew he was going to score.
Well, he's rather lost his place at Arsenal, Davor Suker, and he wouldn't have wanted to end like that. Absolutely, for sure. Both these sides, incidentally, will be in the Champions League next season. Galatasaray won't be back in it to defend it, unless, of course, they go out of the Champions League and come back into the UEFA Cup again. If that's not a nonsense, I don't know what is.
I know what
the way it is.
I'm sure we can understand. It's bizarre, isn't it, though? They can't defend this trophy.
Well, the two finalists were in a competition in which they were not entered at the start. But that's the way that UEFA want it. But, well, we think here that Galatasaray, on the balance of the evening, deserve the trophy. But you always have to have some sympathy for a team that loses in the penalty competition.
Martin, would you share Barry's opinion that Galatasaray probably deserve it overall?
Well, it's a very disappointing way to lose a competition. I'm actually not a supporter of a penalty shootout. Yeah. Funnily enough, I'm not even actually a supporter of the golden goal. But overall, I mean, Arsenal had a lot of possession in extra time, couldn't make it count, and you just felt that fate was going to conspire against them.
Overall, though, Alan, disappointing night for Arsenal.
Absolutely, Gary. Galatasaray were excellent right from the word go. They competed well. Passing and movement was terrific. They hustled and harried Arsenal. They closed them down quickly, and you know, they deserve to win the match, no doubt about it.
Tapparel, the hero, even though he didn't make a save.
It's great scenes. I mean, it's a horrible way to lose, but if you're winning one of these things, it's absolutely fantastic. There's no better feeling. And I think it was, as Trevor said, it was fitting that Popescu scored the winning penalty kick, because at the start of the match we thought they might struggle defensively. He was absolutely terrific, right from the word go. Just getting, classic example, getting into position and playing.
Suker and Vieira, the players that miss Martin, there's always sympathy towards them, isn't there, in a situation?
Well, there is, you know, they obviously brought on Suker to do precisely this, put the ball in the net. I'm not so sure that he's just slowed up to come into it, you know, a little dummy.
I don't think he hits it right. You know, I think he goes to, Tapparel goes really, if you watch Tapparel on the line here, he goes really, really early. Suker, a little dummy, he sort of half scuffs it.
Yeah, he does.
Generally, the point of doing a dummy is to see where the keeper's going.
And then put it on the other side, that's right, but I'll tell you what, there's a bit of tension, and there's just a bit of tension at the minute.
Been there.
But you'd have to say, Galatasaray, the 4 penalties they took were absolutely magnificent. You know, Seaman had no chance of saving any one of them.
You're on the back foot immediately. You know, Galatasaray scored the first penalty, then Arsenal have missed. So now suddenly, you're in a competition that you think is 50-50, it's really about 70-30 at this minute.
And then, of course, you've got to make your mind up, do you place it, or do you just blast it? So Vieira comes in, and he blasts it. You know, he hits it well enough. Hits on the side of the bar, comes out, and it's all over.
Well, it doesn't matter what you do, but you've got to score, Barry.
You have indeed. It's always what it's always been about. The trophy weighs 15 kilos. First of all, the new star, well, it's been the star for some time, it's the losers who get their medals first. David Seaman, can't believe another penalty competition has come and gone against him. Lee Dixon, Ray Parler, and the disappointment clear Dennis Bergkamp, who celebrates his birthday tomorrow, presumably spending most of it in a train. Patrick Vieira, Martin Keown will rue that miss in the match. Thierry Henry, who was one of the few to really show his form although a little blindly at times. Anu Petit, clearly very sick in Kanu. Medals from Lennart Johansson. There's Ljungberg, who wasn't able to play because of a rib injury. Lennart Johansson is the president of UEFA. Gerhard Eigner, the chief executive, helping him. Grimondi and Luizhny. Andrew Winterburn. And I wonder whether he will have a chance again for Arsenal. John Lukic didn't get into the action, having been recalled to the fray. Gary Lewin, Pat Rice, all the background staff at Arsenal on what was a disappointing night. It was not the Arsenal team which, until they lost at Newcastle, had gone 12 consecutive games undefeated. Tonight belongs to the players from Galatasaray. Presumably is the Claudio Tapparel's son. That's becoming the usual style now, bringing the kids in, and why not? Spanish officials. I personally don't think the referee had any choice other than to send Hadji off because he raised his fist. Adams was a little fortunate he didn't make a better contact with his wave of the arm. But the fact that it was two senior players makes it all the more depressing. So now the winners, they get their medals first. Umit, who had an excellent game, and Shash, who got himself booked for mouthing off Ergun, calmness himself. Suat, who seemed to be everywhere. And another success for Claudio Tapparel. He was once denied by the foreigners rule when he was with Parma when they won the Cup Winners' Cup. But he wasn't selected because of the limited number of foreigners being allowed. Go through all the medals first, and then finally the captain picks up the trophy. Good applause for Fatih Terim, who's impressed a lot of people with his style both on and off the field. He was perfectly sincere in his feeling that the important thing here was that there shouldn't be trouble, and there hasn't been at the match itself. Elsewhere, hard to say. Hadji now smiling. A lovely flair, but with suspect temperament, which boiled over. And Sukur. And finally, up comes the captain, Bülent, who had to fight to get his place back in the side. And has played well. I might find it a bit difficult to lift this with the problem he's got with his arm. The UEFA trophy. They're the 16th different winner from an 8th different country of this trophy, which started in '72, succeeding the Fairs Cup, which had run for 13 previous seasons. Success for Galatasaray and Turkey on the European map at club level, and maybe with a few surprises to show the others. They start against Italy in the European Championship. Who knows? It's a scene of red and yellow Galatasarays.
Well, congratulations to Galatasaray. I suppose it's a victory that will always be marred by what happened before the semi-final, but deserved tonight on the football pitch.
Played really well, as I said before, right from the word go. Very competitive, great talent, ability, great technique, and some very, very good players.
But for Arsenal, I mean, it's a season without trophies again.
Disappointed not only with the result, obviously, but disappointed with the way they played. In games like this, You expect some of your major players to contribute big on the night. It just didn't happen for Arsenal at all.
I still see you look at the Arsenal lineup and it is awesome. Man for man on paper, it is absolutely fantastic. But there's no doubt about it, they've underachieved this season. But whether it's due to complacency or the lack of killer instinct, I don't know. The big question will be, will it be the same personnel at the start of the next season?
Yeah, I mean, there's rumours a lot of big name players might be on their way, Martin.
Yeah, they might be. You know, I'm delighted you mentioned they've underachieved. They've actually finished second to Manchester United, and they're actually in the final of this competition. I know.
Yeah, but on paper, that
on
team
paper,
should
I
not
agree.
finish 18
It's,
points
it's,
behind
the one,
Manchester
it's the
United.
one team that Alex Ferguson fears. There's no doubt about that. Every single start of August time is the side that on paper can match Manchester United. Tonight they've underachieved in a competition that I'm quite sure 2 nights ago they would have fancied themselves.
Okay, gents, thanks very much. That's it on a night of delight for the Turkish at the end of another day of shame for football. Very goodbye from all of us.
I was there when Stuart Pearce missed in 1990, and I knew the pressure he had to be under this time around.
Great man steps forward to take England's
I
third.
honestly felt worse.
Stadium and outside the stadium in the streets. What a night for them all.
The fantastic scenes here at the Stade de France in Paris 2 summers ago when the host nation beat Brazil to lift the World Cup. Tonight, it's the setting for a Spanish fiesta. Good evening to you. It's the Champions League final, Real Madrid against Valencia. It's the first final ever between 2 clubs from the same country, made possible by extending the format of the competition, so it's very much a Spanish night in Paris. There's been a vast exodus north over the last couple of days. It's a full house. Real Madrid are Europe's most successful club, and the current team has shown enough class to continue that tradition.
Raul shot. It could just be curtains.
And they have 2 players who we know particularly well. Steve McManaman has now settled into the Real team, his recent contributions outstanding. And Nicolas Anelka has for the moment put off-field problems behind him and scored vital goals. Valencia's last European trophy was the Cup Winners' Cup in 1980, when they beat Arsenal in the final. But this year, they've been the surprise hit of this competition, beating 2 of the big favourites in style. First, Lazio.
Gerrard sees the space open up in front of him, twisting and turning. 2-0 Valencia. Next stop, Paris.
Terry's with us. He's been practicing his Spanish here tonight already.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. Call me an optimist, a crazy optimist, if you like. I've got a great feeling about this match now. I've got good vibes.
Absolutely.
Are you positive about it?
I'm very, very positive. I think there's goals here tonight. The anticipation of 2 sides that want to play football. They will attack, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Let's just take a check on the Real 11. A lot of the names familiar to you, of course. Anelka's in there. McManaman's there. You know about Raul, Roberto Carlos of Brazil. And in goal, the 19-year-old, he was only 19 on Cup final day, last Saturday, Casillas. And McManaman, do you think he's improved dramatically this season?
He's improved there. I think at the beginning of the season, he was frightened to make mistakes, got rid of the ball very quickly. Now he's got masses of confidence. The crowd like to see players try things. They like to see skill, entertainment, slip it through the opponent's legs, anything that will entertain the crowd. They're not just ready to accept a 1-0 win that is boring.
They like talent.
We all like
don't
it.
we all? Don't the
all
fans at home? That's what we want to see.
Absolutely.
Some class on the ball and things like that.
But they do like to see that matador approach, that you're not just going to play and defend. They want to see the best, and they get it.
The Valencia 11 lines up like this. The name's perhaps a little less familiar to you, but Claudio Lopez has got bags of pace, as has Kili Gonzalez. Mendieta, we've mentioned, and the back four very experienced indeed, with the Spanish international goalkeeper, Canizares. Now, Mendieta was absolutely outstanding against Barcelona,
Yes.
but he's been pretty good all through the competition.
I think he's improved as it's gone on. I think he's the most exciting prospect we've seen, and his skill, his ability to create and to finish.
Thank you for the moment, Terry. We hope you're looking forward to it as well. Well, what an occasion this is for Steve McManaman. He took his gamble, left Liverpool, and in his first season for Real Madrid, he's in the Champions League final. Well,
you know, I consider this definitely the biggest club game in the world. To reach the, you know, the Champions League final in my first year is fantastic. If we can win it, you know, it'll be all the more better for it.
Archaeology, tap dancing, tin toys, mud flaps. 95% of the internet is not for me. I want my things to come first. I'd like to recreate the internet in my own image. Then I'd be all-powerful. My very own universe. Not too much to ask, is it?
Get onto the internet with Line 1 and get more of the things you want and less of the things you don't.
We think that footballs are better in leather. We think umbrellas are better in nylon. We think beer is better in wood.
At Specsavers Opticians, you can now have Reactions lenses fitted free if you buy complete price spectacles from our £69 range or above.
The new Braun Synchro is our first shaver whose head moves from side to side, so it captures more hair and cuts closer. And to keep it feeling like a new shave every day, here's how to clean it.
Call Line 1 on 0800 195 4444 and get what you want from the internet when you want it.
We need this back.
It's just a ball.
No, it's rounder. Woman!
It's a Spanish party night in Paris, the Champions League final. Real Madrid going for a record 8th victory in this competition. Valencia, they're first. Our commentary team for the night, Ron Atkinson, and first, Clive Tilsley.
Thank you, Des, and good evening, everybody. You know, they talk about the demands of the never-ending cycle of the calendar of world football. Real Madrid have played 24 hours of Champions League football en route to Paris. One or two others with more famous faces have come by a more leisurely route. 18 games it's taken, indeed, for Valencia, 2 more even than that.